Unstable Ronaldo, from verbally abusing women back in the day to now earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. It's fair to say he's changed over the years. Some people may call it an improvement, others might say, well, not an improvement.
$10 million to suck a man's. I'm getting that $10 million and I'm gonna suck that good and I'm gonna suck that till it's dry.
But to better understand this young fellow, we need to look at his history. And I don't mean his browser history, I'm sure we know what that looks like already, but instead what I like to call the clip line. It all started back in 2020 when he won the FNCS Grand Finals. Carried to winning the FNCS Finals. But I'm not here to do a sob story on how it changed his life. Oh, but he had such an emotional backstory with so much fuck off. I can assure you he does not care about you or your opinion. If you want to know all the stable Ronaldo lore, go watch this video, it's way better than mine. But seeing as you do care about him so much, here's 5 fun facts about Ronnie Boy. He was born on January 15th, 2003. Sadly, he grew up in the extremely fascinating, action-packed, culture-filled New Jersey. His family life, details about his parents and siblings aren't currently available. His relationship with Angie is a notable aspect of his personal life. I'm sorry, what the fuck is this article? I can't even play into the joke anymore. Jessica Lee, you should be ashamed of yourself. We stand with Ron and Kimmy even if he does abuse her.
Can you hear me clapping?
With your butt or your hands?
Ah, that's crazy. Okay, bye. Have a good night.
But back to the timeline. Peak Ron. This was in the period of 2020 to 2021. We'll get into those dark following years a bit later on. He'd been put on the map by winning FNCS squads, but because he was so washed compared to other players at the time, he decided to make the pivotal switch to making content instead. He'd host some of the most entertaining watch parties of all time, have some of the funniest, fucking hell I'm glazing so hard, but he had some of the funniest OBS scene movies that would never go to plan.
Unknown, what was your input on that game? Indeed, I agree.
And I'm not going to play the clip because I know it's so corny, but he obviously performed the infamous payphone clip. But moving swiftly on. I'm sorry, I had to. But Ron was loving life, streaming, making money, building the ugliest shoe collection of all time. And as a result of all of this, he joined the clan NRG. And little did this innocent boy know, this was the beginning of the end. He was in this Fortnite clan with Clix and Unknown Army. If you know the OG beef between those two, you're a real one. He was in the clan for about a year and a half. Fortnite's popularity had fallen off dramatically after lockdown. Ron was getting bored of streaming Fortnite, and the clan just wasn't what it used to be. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there were many people in the organisation that were talking shit behind his back, but that part doesn't really matter. I do wish they would bring back Dr. Ron just one more time though. A final send-off, you could say. But that now takes us on to the worst stage of Ron's life, the fall-off. This period would span for nearly 2.5 years of his career. In June of 2022, he would join FaZe clan. It kind of made sense. FaZe was irrelevant at the time, and Ron was becoming irrelevant himself. Soon after this, Ron would start doing his street interview style videos, which I don't really understand why he got hate for them. They're actually quite entertaining.
Who are you here to see today?
This Valkyrie, I saw her passing by.
Did you catch a glance?
I did.
Take it easy,
But people just love to hate, I guess. And not only was he getting hate from his community, but the guy was going through a breakup at the time with his first ever girlfriend.
That was my first ever relationship. And it was awesome.
Worst.
And that was the girl that
I'm usually a pretty nonchalant, emotionless guy, but the first is always the worst, boys. I feel for you. Worse than all of this, though, came the biggest beef in all of streamer history, involving, well, Ron, obviously, but none other than the blue-head stickman himself, Ninja. He went in on Ron whilst he was on stream with Tim the Tapman and Cloaksy, saying that he was irrelevant and that no one cares about him.
Also Ronaldo is like literally like 1/20th of our following and is completely irrelevant.
Ron then piped back up to Ninja and defended himself, which is fair enough.
I decided to stay on Twitch because I believed in myself while you sold out, said f all your viewers, f your community, and sold out for $50 million on a dead fucking platform because all you give a fuck is about money. That's why you're projecting on me, because you're a little bitch. That's why.
I respect Ron for being so civil in that situation, but personally, it would have been on site if I was Ron in that situation. Fist to fist. This beef had all occurred in July of 2023, at the lowest point in Ron's career. But with 2024 fast approaching, and with Ron's career falling off a cliff, it was time for him to hang up the famous Logitech headset and walk off into the sunset. Is what I would say if OG Fortnite didn't come out, because long story short, it saved his career. He would stream pretty much every day in the month of November 2023, and it put him back on the OG map. Get it? Because they brought back the OG map. Went, alright, I'm going to stop waffling. He would keep streaming Fortnite over the Christmas period into the start of 2024, and this is when he went into his new era, the clip. It all started in January when he bought his 2023 992 911 GT3. Such a sick moment. Call me a fanboy? Like I give a fuck. If you seen that one Kanye edit of his car reveal, you'd be as gassed as me. I guess we'll never know. This is what kickstarted the year, really. Ron would start doing more IRL streams with Mr. Ozempic himself, and the first clip I saw of them together is really what cemented them in becoming the top of the range clip farmers.
Imagine what it would sound like my ass cheeks clapping. Like you hitting it from the back.
Yeah.
And I feel like my ass will be really tight.
There's literally humans walking.
This is also the time where he began bullying his cat Burger, which created some generational clips.
Fuck yeah, Burger. Fuck yeah, Burger.
I genuinely wish that cat died, stupid prick. In March, Ron would go outside for the first time on his ones, and it's weird seeing how much more of a chill guy he was back then. Saying that, he was weird enough to harass the guy at the Taco Bell drive-thru.
And then stay in the box. That should be all.
It wasn't all up this year though. Not even a week later, he would get banned on Twitch and would debate whether he should give it all up and get a real job.
I think it's time I get a real job.
Maybe.
I felt so bad for this overly privileged, multi-millionaire spoiled brat. How tragic would it be if he actually had to do a day of work? At least he knows he wouldn't survive in the real world. A few months go by and it's now June of 2024, and Ron will be part of one of the smartest decisions in streaming history, the FaZe House. It started out a bit scuffed. They had no internet despite being in a $10 million mansion, but they made it work.
Let's throw him in the pool. Try not. Hold up. It's not. Try not. Put up. No, it's like a top. It's like, what up? We're trying to hurt.
Lacey really was the Michelin Man back in the day. It's crazy how well he starved himself. And if I showed you every clip that came from this time, this video would be hours long. But there is one thing that stands out above them all, a very wholesome and beautiful. You can just feel the virality and content coming out of that slap right there. Ron's canon events, some may say. That is so cringe, oh my god. But it's true, his views would start to skyrocket. It's like Bradley slapped that "I'm a bitch and I feel sorry for myself" out of him and just made him get on the content grind. Since that pivotal moment in his career, we've had some unforgettable content. There was the Universal trip stream where they all went out together for the first time.
How you doing?
We got Ron launching his car off the road in a perfectly legal, definitely not speeding way. His Dr. Disrespect phase, which I don't think he needed to dress up for. I swear he likes kids himself anyway. The Japan trip, which Ron should have definitely got cancelled for, considering how racist he was the whole time.
Which one is Jason?
We've had the Clipathon. If they don't do another one in 2025, I will be massively disappointed. And recently they had Phasemas, which was a bit all over the place. You just had Ron killing himself, in-game obviously, over and over again.
Fuck this shit!
And that now brings us up to the present day, 2025. Ron is fatter than he's ever been before, his streams are more boring than ever, and he just realised that the UK is the most boring and depressing place on the planet. He went there to try out for the Sidemen charity match, and it's safe to say he won't be playing for more than 5 minutes. But sadly, I live in the UK. So Ron, if you're watching this and want to invite me to come to the FaZe House and stream instead of making these depressing videos, it'd be greatly appreciated.